Hey, UND engineering students, welcome to the wood shop. This is a little bit of training on our CNC router machine that we have located in here. So this video is going to be dedicated just for the startup of the machine. How do we get it up and running? How do we jog it around and make sure everything's good to go? So first things first, we're going to have to power up the button. If we don't get a nice blue ring light on here, then we've got some sort of connection problems. Double check all the power cords and those kinds of things. So the first thing we do when we power this machine up, you're also going to want to power up the computer that's located underneath the table, and you'll get a computer screen that looks like this. The software that controls the motion of the machine that allows you to jog it around and load up files is called the Carbide Motion Program. When this fires up, the first thing you're going to want to do is hit connect to the cutter. We do not need to go through and set up a new machine that's already been done, so don't mess with those settings. Hit connect to cutter. The first thing it's going to want to do is to initialize the machine. All these stepper motors do not have a feedback loop to them, so they don't know where their relative position is. So we need to hit that initialize machine button. When we do that, you'll see that the machine goes back and there's a number of proximity sensors on each of the individual axes that it uses to mark its home location and basically zero its position out. You saw a little red light flash there for a moment. That was the homing operation. After the machine has been homed, it advances forward like this, and it's going to say, do you need a tool change? Well, in this case, we don't require a tool change, so I'm going to we've already got a tool in there, but it does still want to measure the length of the tool. It has a little button that the cutter comes down on top of, and that's going to measure the length of the tool. How far is it projecting from the collet of the router? All right, that's good to go. Now, some of the other things that we should know would be jogging the machine around to different axes. So back to the software, we can see we've got a jog button on the top here. Hit that, and it's going to ask you want to measure the tool before jogging. We just did that in initializing the machine, so I'm going to elect to continue. And it's going to bark at me a little bit more. So in this jog position screen, we can jog the machine around fast or slow. So to get it rapidly to something, we can increment the speed of jogging up and down here. So if we hit it on fast, then we run the y-axis back and forth. We can either use the buttons that are on here, or we can go to the keyboard and use the arrow keys on the keyboard. So by jogging it back here, this is y-axis positive, y-axis negative, x-axis positive and negative with these side to side, and the z-axis moves up and down with the page up and page down buttons. There is also a function in the software that allows you to rapidly jog it around called rapid position, and it's got a bit of a compass coordinates here with northeast, north, northwest, what have you. So if I want to park the machine way back in the left corner, I can do that, and it responds in kind by rapidly locating back to that position. Might be a great place for you to load up the materials, get it parked back there. So this is the extent of this video. Just wanted to show you how to power it up, how to jog it around, and we'll build on it from there. So catch you in a bit.